For more on the economy in Europe and elsewhere, we are joined by a regular here on World Focus, Roben Farzad, a senior writer for BusinessWeek. Roben, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So unlike the United States and China, the British didn't sort of focus so much on direct stimulus, but they did in terms of helping their banks. That's where the emphasis was. So is this now, these figures that we're seeing today, vindication for the United States and for China?
Well, not so much so. I think the United States and Britain, in fact, share a common experience in this, and that the epicenter of the subprime crisis for them was, in fact, institutional. The banks made these mistakes. They partook in the worst of the lending excesses of the bubble. And now the ensuing bust is, I think, extra painful for them. And you're seeing that in the UK, which made a decision to pinpoint stimulus for the banks, what with the bailout of Royal Bank of Scotland and Northern Rock. And now Gordon Brown is being second-guessed for not directing stimulus more to consumers.
Did he make a mistake?
Well, you can't say he made a mistake. Hindsight is obviously 20/20. The banks needed it. The banks were very in danger of taking down the entire global economy. But it very well vindicates this argument, this criticism that not enough was done, that maybe something should have been doled out to companies, that Britain should have had maybe a more ambitious cash for clunkers program or direct stimulus, or I know it doesn't sound great, but cutting out checks to taxpayers to get them to spend again.
Right. Now, the United States and Britain doesn't have a big trading relationship, but they do have a very tight relationship when it comes to their banks. Is this going to expose the U.S. economy to the problems in the British economy?
Not necessarily. You're not going to see a reverb. You can argue that the United States has had a far more ambitious fiscal and monetary response to the crisis there. Both economies are essentially seeing zero interest rate policy. At this point, it's like pushing on a string. When you throw everything at the problem, what else can you do? And I think it speaks to the fact that there's an identity crisis both in the UK and the United States. They're really asking themselves, what exactly is it that we do that we can get back to and that we can redouble our efforts in to dig us out of this economy? And there is no easy answer. And
what do the British do then?
Historically, this has been a great exporting culture. There was Rolls-Royce, airplane engines, obviously automobiles, there was Jaguar, Land Rover, wool, coal, you name it. But that's been in decay for the better part of a century. And the United States, similarly, has been moving a lot of its exporting offshore.
It seems every week we hear mixed signals about how the global economy is doing. Sometimes it seems to be getting better, sometimes it seems to be getting worse. Give us your sense of where we're at.
It's very uneven. You're seeing such pockets of strength in China, and even France and Germany seeming relatively better off than their brother over there in the United Kingdom. But we haven't seen everybody move in lockstep yet, and I think that's what gives people reason for concern going into 2010.
All right, Roben Farzad, thank you very much.
Thank you much.